What if the home that you fall in love with needs repairs? Well, there's a lot of options available to you, but it kind of depends on a few factors. So if you're new here, my name is Ryan Hinsey. I run the Top Hat Connections real estate team serving Tulsa and the surrounding areas. So if you're in need of real estate services, whether now or in the future, let's connect. So with repairs, there are a few things to know. Number one is not every seller is going to be willing to fix those items that you may find in your inspection report. Now, in Oklahoma, things are a little bit different. Our inspections are not pass or fail, they are purely information about the home. And then you have to make the decision, do you still want to move forward with the transaction based on the items that the inspector found or not? It's not a pass or fail situation. The seller is not required to fix anything on an inspection report. Now, that being said, there is a difference between the inspection and the appraisal. So if the appraiser calls out things that are defects, primarily safety hazards, which could vary greatly, it's kind of a broad term, but anything that the appraiser calls out as a safety hazard, those things have to be fixed or you won't be able to get the loan. Now, that's not requiring the seller to fix that. It's just saying that that item has to be fixed or you're not going to be able to get a loan on the property. Now, typically the seller will say, well, I'll fix that then if that's what makes the deal go through in most cases. But again, it's not a requirement that the seller has to fix those items. Now, that's in the appraisal side of things. Now, let's say you find that the water heater's leaking, or maybe there is a guttering issue and water is pooling by the house. Those kinds of things are major issues. Now, those things I would say would be worth asking for in a repair report from the seller. Or a repair request. So we call it a TRR, or treatments, repairs, and replacements in Oklahoma. Now, what that is a list of the things you as the buyer are requesting that the seller fix prior to closing. So this has to be done before you actually finalize the sale of the property. Now, these items can be negotiated, but again, you're going to want to put items on there that are major systems and issues with the house. So we're not worried about scuff marks or things that need to be painted. This could be like wood rot, anything like that. But again, a good home inspector, as well as a great realtor, will be able to tell you which things are or aren't necessarily worth asking for, because it might just be a $5 or $6 trip to Lowe's, and you'd want to focus more on the major items that are going to be more high dollar items. So back to my original thing, what do you do if the home you fall in love with needs repairs? Well, you're going to have to look at that inspection report, decide which items are really important to you, and decide if you want to see if the seller is willing to fix those. And if they're not, you still need to make the decision. Are you willing to put that money into the house after the fact? Hope that helps you out. Of course, if you have any real estate questions, feel free to reach out. And if you found this video helpful, go ahead, leave a like and share it with someone who might benefit from it as well. And I'll see you in the next one.